Desperately needed access to drug trials are being expanded, and Alabama is giving a hearty Roll Tide push to community pharmacies. That's just some of what we're talking about on today's RX Report, where you get your health, your news delivered. It's April 18th, only 2 days away from National Snacky Day, and I'm your host, Manuel, coming back a little bit bronzer from the home of pharmacy at the American Pharmacists Association. Now, we've got a lot to get into today, so be sure to click that like and subscribe button, leave a comment on anything and everything we talk about, and let's dive in. Imagine, if you will, that you have a rare disease or a rare medical situation and current drugs for it are not readily available for treatment. But by some coincidence, you hear of a clinical study that is working on your unique issue and could potentially further research on a cure. That probably sounds like a good opportunity on paper, right?
So what you're saying is, I'm indestructible.
Oh, no. In fact, even a slight breeze could...
Indestructible.
But dealing with doctors and medical professionals that patients don't know can be a scary proposition. Believe me, I get it. I don't like to leave my house/studio, they might be one and the same, I'm not going to tell you, unless my friends are having a baby or something. And even then, it probably could have been an email. Running clinical trials are no picnic either. They are time-consuming, complicated, and expensive endeavors with no real promise of payoff. Between finding funding, personnel, resources, and getting the materials needed to conduct this study, the runners of these studies could be kind of forgiven for not having the time to try and convince patients to actually get involved in the research. And therein lies the problem. These studies are being conducted and not including enough people, let alone having enough diversity, and the people who do hear about it are often rightfully skeptical of working with people that they simply don't know. But here's where community pharmacies can come in to actually save the day. According to an article from Pharmacy Times, community pharmacies are strategically positioned for research and can enhance clinical trials by increasing participant diversity and addressing medication non-adherence. And really, that makes sense. Honestly, the chances that you are going to be familiar with your local pharmacies and vice versa give them the unique ability to recommend certain trials and studies that work for your unique medical situation and something that you could be actually helped by. So really, what should you take away from all of this? If you're a pharmacist or medical professional, use your unique positioning with patients to recommend trials that could benefit them in your professional opinion. I'd love to know your opinion, though. If you're a patient and a medical trial could help you learn more or even cure your disease, would you consider it if it came from your local pharmacy or your local pharmacist? If you're a pharmacist, would you want to get involved with this research and recommending these trials to your patients? Let me know in those comments. For our next story, moving on down south, Alabama lawmakers voted to put new regulations on pharmacy benefit managers, aka PBMs, this past Tuesday, in an all-out effort to stem the closures of pharmacies across the state. Pharmacies have been hammered by PBMs in recent years, closing across the country, creating a scary amount of pharmacy deserts where people can no longer access their prescriptions within a reasonable distance. So, what did Alabama do that made them so special? In a unanimous vote of 102-0, the Alabama House of Representatives voted for a proposal that will require PBMs to reimburse certain pharmacies at the state Medicaid rate for prescription drugs. I didn't know anything in U.S. politics could be unanimous anymore. Alabama Senator Billy Beasley, a retired pharmacist himself, told the Associated Press, "This has been a win for the people of Alabama. It's been a huge win for the community pharmacists in the state of Alabama who just want to be able to go to work, make a living, and take care of their patients." In fact, just after recording, Alabama Governor Kate Ivey signed the bill into law, the Community Pharmacy Relief Act. Good job, Bama. I gotta pass the question off to you and know your thoughts. Are you glad the PBM reform is becoming a reality? Let me know your thoughts in those comments. And that is our show. If this episode made you want to look up hot new clinical trials in your area, or just learn how much sunscreen I should have used to avoid these massive burns, leave us a comment and let us know what you thought of the show. If you leave a comment, subscribe, and like the episode, we will be giving away one Starbucks gift card to one lucky watcher. Our executive producer is Ross Heminger. Our creative producer is Kate Erdmann. Until next time, I've been your host, Manuel. Be sure to tune in next Friday to RX Report, where you get your health and your news delivered. But till then, bye y'all.